What is going on, everybody? It's a wacky Wednesday hump day. Stone Cold Stunner. Hope you're doing well today on this wacky hump day, wicked Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. If anybody's listening, posting this a little later tonight, but I'm feeling great. We're getting to the tomorrow. I got a big show tomorrow with my boy Nick Deaton. We're going to talk football. It's been a couple weeks. I've been so busy and crammed trying to post for you guys. Lots to get to tonight. I usually do my Raider reaction on here, but the Raiders didn't have a game this week. They had a bye week, thank heavens. But there's a lot of good news to come out of that and some questionable stuff that I'll get to. The Giants are kind of in a crunch right now. They did lose the game overseas in Germany to the Panthers, the Porta Potty Panthers. Yeah, we're just in that porta potty of shit for a long time, and they finally got out of it. It's not as bad. They're pretty frisky, you know. They're hanging in there. But Giants got a crunch in their hand, a difficult situation that'll happen too. And then I also wanted to touch on what's going on with the Bears. I know they fired their offensive coordinator. I've been hearing a lot of different thoughts, but I want to give my 2 cents. So let's start off the bat. So the Raiders had a bye week this week. Needed it. 2-7, going nowhere fast. But I will say this: some good news came out of that. Michael Mayer's returning. Really solid tight end from near the end of the year last year from Notre Dame. Big tight end. Excuse me. Excuse me. They had I thought they were going to get 2 tight end set with Bowers and Mayer for the draft, obviously, and that has not happened as much. Now, Brock Bowers been a stud, no doubt. But I also got to wonder with the Raiders, okay, so now you got a tight end back. What does this offense look like with Scott Turner? Because I was listening to Mitchell Renz today, and shout out to my guy Andrew who let me follow him, because he is terrific. I'll see his reels being posted after every game. He's got the clown show with the Raiders, and I get it. But he said something that kind of intrigued me. So, the Raiders with Getsy and Gardner Minshew had awful numbers. Now, Gardner's never been a great quarterback. I can dispute that. I can not argue blue in the face. But he's been serviceable enough that, like, he's a middle relief pitcher. It's like Chad Bradford in Moneyball. It's like, okay, well, like, he throws 82 miles an hour. Okay, like, a relief pitcher. That's what he's supposed to do, right? So, excuse me. So maybe does this look different with Scott Turner? I don't know. I know they brought North Turner back, and that's bringing back bad horrors from the past with the Raiders. Again, I get it. We look in the rearview mirror a lot with the franchise, but I think this is a chance to move forward. Maybe this week in Miami, they get a little juice back. They got the bye week. I heard there was kind of a, grieving of the air, I guess, with players and coaches, and they were disconnected and all this stuff. So maybe that helps on Sunday in Miami at 1 o'clock. Hopefully it's not a fucking swamp-ass fest down there. Well, we'll see, because Miami looked impressive Monday night against the Rams. Can they continue that? We'll have to see in that game, and I'll be watching clear eyes. But I just am really shocked that they're not going with Ritter, because there's nothing to lose at this point with the season. Because I thought maybe with the RPO game, maybe you go to Desmond Ritter. Okay, he offers you a little bit more than Gardner, but I guess not. And there's some parts of Pierce I'm like, well, we got nothing to lose. We're 2-7. We're obviously getting a top 5 pick anyways. What the hell's the point? So, and the other nugget I wanted to throw on here, and it's great having you guys in today, was I got an article today that Dion is telling Shador, go to the Raiders. Okay, I've been kind of connecting the dots with this, because I said a couple weeks ago, Brady trains with Shador. I don't know where, but Brady's probably got 1,000 houses. Trains with him in the offseason. Knows Shador, likes the kid. Brady's going to have a full say now in terms of draft and personnel. So I'm all for it. So we'll see what happens. Listen, I still am a Cam Ward guy. But he's got some question marks to me with Cam Ward. Too much backyardy. A little bit kind of 7-on-7 flair. My buddy Grant Sin kind of said Big Ben light. I'm kind of starting to see it a little bit. Not a lot, but a little. Hangs on the ball a little bit too long. But he keeps them in games. He's an entertaining player. I don't know if he goes to the Heisman, but I think he should go to New York. I think he should be invited. Be on the ballot and finalist for it. So, excuse me. So, I don't know what to make of the Raiders the rest of the year. I'll keep doing my reactions, but that's all I got to say about that. Hopefully this week we get a dub. We need a dub. It's been a awful, tumultuous season with a lot of crazy shit that the Raiders just seem to get into all the time. So, I don't know. I got to see. But good news is, for just to recap, Michael Mayer's coming back, and they got a lot of other stuff going for them that I'm intrigued by. So, I wanted to touch on something. So, I was on my walk tonight. I was about an hour and a half long walk. My dad's freaking out. What the hell you got so long? I'm enjoying my peace. So, I was listening to Middlecoff, my boy, and he was talking about the Bears tonight. And, they fired Shane Waldron. Does that mean good news? Are they going to get a new staff? I don't know. The Bears are going to blow this thing up, I think, because it's going that way. Eberflus looks like a dead man walking. The organization doesn't have a clear path, which was the intriguing part, and I'll get to, is that the Bears have no clear path. Like, who do you go to? Like, okay, when I look at teams around the league, the Colts, it's Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen go to Jim Irsay, right? If they have a problem or something, right? Okay. The Chiefs, Mark Donovan, right? Andy Reid, Brett Veach, they got a problem. They go upstairs. The Hunt family, right? There's a connection, right? Packers, now it's a weird situation, and I'm getting to my point. Like, the Packers, like Brian Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur, the Brian and Matt combo, BM, they can go to Mark Murphy. Now, he's the CEO. They don't have an owner. So it's a weird, unique situation in Green Bay. But you get what I'm saying. Like, there's a line, a correlation, hierarchy of who to talk to, mainly one guy at the top that you talk to in terms of what's going on and all that stuff. And I'm looking at the Bears, and I'm laughing because Kevin Warren is the president? Now again, he's trying to get money for a new stadium. I get all that with the money. But why does he have, he's a middleman? What? Where's the CEO? Where's, the Ravens? Excuse me. The Ravens, they have a hierarchy. Steve Bisciotti's the owner. And then you got Harbaugh, and you have Eric DeCosta. Now, it was Ozzie Newsome, and then Eric DeCosta was right-hand man, assistant GM, and then Ozzie left, and then DeCosta, and then they've been rocket ship ever since. And Ravens are a really well-run franchise. So, and shout out to Max Lawson because he's a huge Ravens fan. But my point is, and the Bears, where's the direction? Because if I'm looking at it from a Bears fan perspective, I'm disgusted at this point with McCaskey. I saw something tonight. Ever since he started buying it 2011, they won 10 games 2012, and then they fired Lovie Smith because that wasn't his guy, and then they hired Mark Trestman, but they had Jay Cutler. It's just been a cycle of shit. So I don't know what the Bears do from here. Because the one thing you have to do is you got to find a guy that can fix Caleb. Now, is that Lincoln Riley? Is that, I don't know. Lincoln Riley, to me, would not work in the NFL. Come on. He's going to be, great offense, but I don't think he's got and he's, LA's eating him alive. And that's a chill market. You think Chicago's going to be easy on him? Oh, he's going to have he's going to fuck around. You're going to find out, big boy. Because they're going to eat your ass alive. It's a noisy media. I've walked downtown Chicago. I've been to Chicago. I got family from there. I know how that media gets. Hell, it tops up on my TikTok sometimes of how nuts and how passionate and rabid this fan base is. It's a jet stream of anger. It's a cold city. It gets, it's not like Miami and LA where you got beaches and shit to do. This is a tough, I'm coughing a lot tonight. It's a tough, intense jet stream of anger, pissed off, edgy. You're in that cold. You're scraping shit off your windshield in the winter. It's not good. It's Detroit. It's Philadelphia. It's New York. It's Cleveland. It's Baltimore. It's Cincinnati. That shitty weather you got to get through. So, again, with the Bears, I'm not sure. But what I can't wrap my brain around is the Bears, they have no guy, just the owner. They don't have a guy like, hey, there's a problem. Okay, go right up top, and you go. There's none of that right now. So the Bears have to figure out, and Kevin Warren's a weird guy. Granted, he's the same guy. Mind you, any Big Ten fans out here, my cousins know who you are. Clarence and the Rocky, okay? Respective, went to Iowa, went to Illinois. He tried canceling the season 4 years ago. Do we not remember that? Because I do. I remember it. I love the Big Ten. I'm a Wisconsin guy. Like, I want to see Big Ten football. I want to see college football. The SEC was playing. Big 12 was playing. Kevin Warren, like, is he above it all? Does he think, like, oh, yeah, we could get no college football season, no problem. Yeah, whatever. Like, so it's a joke. So I'm sitting back. If the Bears fire their coaching, okay. Then so be it. It's the same shit. And the Bears are behind the 8 ball now. You better get a president in there that knows what the hell he's doing. Because if you look in that division, I just mentioned this a couple of minutes ago, the Packers have a clear correlation. Coach, GM. It all trickulates up to Mark Murphy. Okay. Then you have the Lions now. And listen, you laughed at how the Lions were like, oh, we don't want to be the Lions. We want to be the Lions. Oh, you kind of want to take a model from them. Because Sheila Ford, she's at the top now. She's minding her own business. She kind of took a step back. Didn't do what the old Ford family did. Mike Kesnick and a bunch of other people that I know. And knowing because I was at the Raider-Lion game in Detroit, my dad last year. And I talked to some Lions fans. They all said the same thing to me. Was Sheila Ford took a step back and just let the people operating and knowing football do that. And she just manages what she has to manage. And you're seeing that now. Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, they're all intertwining and they're hitting. And they're a powerhouse. And then the Vikings, we don't talk about enough because they're a pretty darn good football team. They're well coached. Brian Flores bringing that blitz-happy defense. You don't know where it's coming from. Disguises. Are they bringing it all out? Are they not bringing it all out? They can blitz 8 guys or they can drop 8 guys in coverage. It's insane. They've befuddled every quarterback I've seen this year. Besides one. That was Jared Goff. Now, but the Bears are kind of in an uphill battle because you have to get some stability in that up top because there's no, like, connection. The Chiefs have it. The Ravens have it. The Niners have it. I forgot to mention them. Tonight I was listening to my pod. He mentioned that. So the Bears are kind of in an uphill battle. And until they fix this, it's the same story every year. And I feel bad for Bear fans. And again, I love shitting on them. Okay? And it makes me happy when Bear fans are struggling because they're a weird franchise. But I got family from Chicago, and I know how they feel because it's time to win, dude. So, I don't know because I think they're going to blow this thing up in the end of the season. I would have fired Matt Eberflus mid-season. But McCaskies won't do it. They're cheap. They're like the Chargers. But I think the Bears need to go a Chargers route, which is get a coach, say, here's my number, $16 million? Okay, there you go. Pay him 16 and be done and get this culture right. So, last thing I wanted to touch on tonight was the Giants. So, Giants to me, and I said this, I'm a victim of this too. I made the argument, I think the Giants are like Tampa a little bit with Brady. Where I feel like they got a lot of things I like. The D-line's good. You got a star receiver, Malik Neighbors. You have a decent running back in Tyrone Tracy from Purdue, who's a freaking stud, ass kicker. Your left tackle's pretty good. Your O-line's been okay. It hasn't been terrible. But it comes back to elephant in the room, and that's Aaron Jones. Did the Giants bench him the rest of the year? I would do that if I'm the Giants. I think what I've been told, Daboll stays is my guess, and I think he should. Brian Daboll he didn't draft Daniel Jones. He got handed him. So I would do that if I'm the Giants. I would keep Daboll, draft a quarterback because you're going to be shitty this year. I'm looking at the draft order right now. You're probably in that top 5, 6. So go get a quarterback. Will it be Carson Beck? No. Will it be Cam Ward? Maybe. I wouldn't mind seeing him in this offense with Brian Daboll. I was thinking about this tonight. I'm sitting in my head going, Cam Ward, maybe Raiders, But then I go, Giants. I go, damn, okay, Neighbors. Left tackle, your defense isn't bad. Daboll could scheme up. Like, I'm thinking the Giants connect a lot of dots to Cam Ward. Now, he's got a big arm, and you got to have that when you get in that cold weather. I've been screaming this for years. Stafford had it in the NFC North. Favre, Rodgers, and Cutler did. Now, Cutler had his own issues, but you get what I'm saying. So, the Giants are kind of in a weird spot. Now, I would probably bench Daniel Jones the rest of the year because I don't see the Giants. Like, they're feisty. I'm not saying, like, Giants are, like, they're not as bad as their 2-6 record is, okay? Like, they've beaten some teams. They beat Seattle up pretty good in Seattle. They've done this last couple of years. They did it, I think it was 2020 they did with Colt McCoy, and then 2 years ago they cut the close, and then it just kind of snowballed and it got out of hand. So, I think the Giants are really close, and I like Dayball a lot. I know he's a screamer, and he's pissed, and he's tense, and he's got that fire, and he's got that edgy. But he looks great now. I don't know. Ozempic's a hell of a drug, brother. Holy hell, because he lost a lot of weight. Looks good, Not to say he wasn't before, but he was kind of a chubbier guy, chubbier Bill Parcells type for the Giants. So, again, a lot of things to like with the Giants. It was a bad loss for them in London. I watched that game Sunday, and it was 2-7 teams that just kept fighting. So, but Carolina got the dub. So, good for them. That's all I want to say tonight. I hope you guys are doing well on this wacky, wicked Hump Day Wednesday. Keep up to date with my updates. I'll be posting videos throughout the week. I got a big show tomorrow with my boy Nick Deaton. Stay tuned for that. And talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.